Hello and welcome to the Anchorage Public Library. I'm Stacia, the Adult Services Coordinator. Today, let's talk about headlines. Ever since news and information have become marketable products, well before the internet, journalists have been depending on headlines to draw people to their stories. During the turn of the century, you would hear newsboys shouting the headlines on the streets to tempt people into buying their paper. And human nature being what it is, the more controversial or salacious the headline, the more papers they sold. These techniques are still used, but they're most visible in tabloid journalism and clickbait. Tabloid journalism focuses on sensationalism and wants to provoke a reaction. Tabloids tend to be easy to pick out in their physical media. Usually they're smaller in size than traditional newspapers, and long-running publications have known reputations. No one expects hard-hitting, fact-based reporting from the National Enquirer. The online equivalent of tabloid reporting is clickbait, so named because the headline is baiting you into clicking the link. They usually use exaggerated or somewhat misleading headlines like, "Why don't Americans read anymore?" Or, "One Anchorage mom tried this trick and you won't believe what happened next." Depending on how their content is monetized, the article may be behind a paywall. Sometimes the creator is paid by their platform for every click or video view. Others depend on site traffic. The more traffic that's driven to their site, the more they can charge for advertising, the same way that the Super Bowl charges exorbitant rates for their advertising. So does that mean you should disregard all news stories with interesting or provocative headlines? Absolutely not. All journalists, news organizations, and other writers want you to read their work. An interesting headline is how they're going to attract your attention, whether you're buying a newspaper or clicking on a link. What's really important is that you read beyond the headline and judge the content on its merits. Most legitimate news articles will expand and explain the headline in the body of the article. They'll have facts that can be verified by independent sources, they'll cite their sources, they'll keep quotes and pictures in their original context, and they'll be clear about their personal bias. There's going to be a clear line between opinions and facts, and they'll be clear about their intentions. Clickbait and tabloids tend towards bite-sized news that does little more than restate the headline. Opinions may be presented as facts, and they may not offer sources to back up their claims. They may not be clear about their intentions either. I've gotten quite a few direct mail advertisements that present themselves as health magazines. Even if you're sure that the article comes from a legitimate source, it's important to read beyond the headline, because often we see things that give us an emotional reaction and our instinct is to comment and share without looking deeper. When I saw, "Why don't Americans read anymore?" on NPR, I was outraged. Of course Americans read. I see you at the library every day. When I clicked, it was an April Fool's message. It thanked me for looking deeper and asked me to simply like the article without a comment. All of the comments were left by people who didn't bother to read further. If you want to be a responsible consumer of media, please read beyond the headlines. Thanks for watching, and if you have any questions, drop us a line in the comments.